Hello, welcome back to Writer's World Radio, episode 32. I shall be your counting host, a promotional host in this case. It's Read Across America month, week, depending on what your school district is doing. And I figured I'd want to come up with a top 10 list. I haven't done one of those in a while. Top 10 books for children to read during this month or the week, depending on their academic skills. Now, what type of book should I pick? You know, the range of children's books is vast nowadays. And you know what? It always has been. It really always has been. We only think it's current. But there's some classic books that go, back, way, way back. So I came up with a list, varying ages, depending on your subject's reading, your child, your friend's child, your niece, your nephew, whoever, your grandchild. Their reading capability will depend on what book may be appropriate for them. But anyway, here it is, number 10. Start off with The Little Engine That Could by Waddy Piper. Classic story, easy to read, low reading level, but it's always fun. And kids always love that one about the train, and I think I can. How many of us know that one? So, that's number 10. Number 9, Charlotte's Web. Now, some may argue it should be higher. This is just kind of a, not necessarily a personal list, but just kind of a generalized list. So, Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. Again, another just loving story, talking animals, does deal with slightly more adult themes in certain aspects, but nothing that young children can't handle or process. And some things that are probably good to introduce into them younger, just in case. But nothing too crazy. If you haven't read it yet, try it out yourself. Number 8. Not as many people have heard this one, but it's always been one of my favorites. So one of my introductions to mysteries. Encyclopedia Brown by Donald J. Shub. Or Sobel, sorry. These books are, it's about a young kid in school who solves kid-related mysteries. Disappearing baseball cards, catcher mitts, baseballs or lunches, different things disappear or happen. And the child, Encyclopedia Brown, figures out the mystery. And it's fantastic because it explains to the reader at the end how he did it. So, kids will enjoy that one. That one, like I said, I always enjoyed. Number 7, Wonder. That's a newer book by R.J. Palacio. It's introducing diversity to kids and being on the wrong side of being picked on. How just because someone looks different doesn't mean they aren't different. A lot more adult, a lot more older theming there. Maybe about the 5th grade level. But kids are really getting into that book. So nowadays, with everything going on, that's a good one to look into. Number 6, going back to an older story, Pippi Longstocking by Astrid Lindgren. That one's always fun as well. Young girl with a bright imagination and just a lot of weird little things that kids, will get into just because it's taking a normal world but showing how it could be so much more. How just, one little thing isn't what it seems. You could always have an adventure wherever you go. Speaking of adventures, number 5, Stuart Little, another E.B. White one on the list. Again, always a favorite about a little talking mouse and the little family, and he's got his friend the bird, and they go on adventures. He's got his car, his little motorcycle, a lot of fun things that, again, just kids get pulled right into, even as adults. If you're a kid at heart, it's another one of those stories that you will just enjoy. Number 4, a real classic right here, and one of the basis of Read Across America Week, because it's celebrating Dr. Seuss. So why not go with one of Dr. Seuss's own, Green Eggs and Ham. A lot of us, it's probably one of the first books that we read independently. It's Seuss, it's the rhyming, it's something that also teaching kids, try something different. I do not like green eggs and ham, Sam I am. I will not try them on a plane. I will not try them in a boat. And at the end, they try them and they like them. So, teaches a good lesson for, from a parenting perspective. Fun to read as a child perspective because they can relate. So, 2 wins there. And it's Dr. Seuss. So, it's fun, it's colorful, it's enjoyable. Number 3. A Wrinkle in Time. Another fun little classic by Madeleine L'Engle. It's, again, just one of those, it's different, it's adventurous, it takes kids out of the realm of the normal dimensional world and takes them on vast adventures across all different sorts of things that gets them expanding their minds. It teaches them how books can take them on adventures, how books transport them to other places, literally and figuratively in this. So, again, another personal favorite of mine. I remember from years ago. Number 2, neoclassic. Not as new as Wonder, but still within the past 20 years. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. / Philosopher's Stone, depending on where you're listening to this. By J.K. Rowling herself. Love them or hate them, the movies or the whole series, but for a child, that's what we're talking about. We're talking children's books here. And it is a children's book. It's one of the longer children's books. But it doesn't have to be the whole series, but this one in particular, Sorcerer's Stone, which sets up the whole premise. But again, for children, it's something magical. It's something, making them think that the world is more than just what they see, that there is magic and adventure and all these fun little things can happen. So it gets them using their mind and their imagination. And it's quite the fun little romp. My number 1 pick. A little bit older, another series, but a series that I've always held dear and found just brilliantly done. And most people do not realize it's been around just about as long as the Lord of the Rings series, because the 2 authors were buds. They were mates, more appropriate language, for The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. Again, teaching kids that books will transport you to another world. In this case, the story itself transports them to another world, a world of adventure and knights and talking animals and kings and queens and princesses and adventure and evil witches. Everything that children grow up enjoying in this book. Mr. Beaver, Mrs. Beaver, just such wonderful characters. Just so imaginably done that I couldn't help but put it on the top of my list. So there you have it. My top 10 suggested books for children during Read Across America Week, month, or just really any time over the summer reading. What are some of your suggestions? What did I leave off the list that you would have put on there? Where would you possibly rank it amongst the list, amongst those 10 books? Put in the comments below. Shoot out on Twitter at Matthew J. Graken. Or Facebook. Again, Facebook, easiest way. You're not limited by 146 characters. Facebook.com/Matthew J. Graken. Put it in the comments. Let's keep this discussion going. So suggest to other people who are reading and listening to this. Put it, put in the reviews even. Connect it all by the hashtag WritersWorld Radio. Or if you'd rather just a good old-fashioned email, we accept those too. WritersWorldRadio@yahoo.com. Again, thank you very much for staying with us. Let's keep this conversation going. Put in the comments below for the YouTube video. Make sure you rate and like these videos and subscribe for the audio cast. So that way, whenever they come out, they're ready for you. And I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're getting your 10 minutes of writing in a day. If you're having trouble struggling along, use those methods to contact me. Maybe I can help you out. Or talk to other authors that you know of, or other people who enjoy writing, or even reading. It doesn't have to be another writer, but someone who enjoys reading may give you some great ideas of, I just read this wonderful book by somebody, and it was just fantastic, and here's the ideas I got from it. Maybe that will set you on a new direction. Maybe you weren't thinking of something. But EBB Web maybe has some great stories out there. You could do that. Or Stephen King, it depends on what your writings are. Hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're bearing through it in these tempered winter months. I know parts of you are in blizzards, and other places are in 70, 80, 90 degree weather. Enjoy your books while you can. Your freedoms are books are reading. And you know what? I'll see you next time.